Yo guys, welcome back to another set of things today. Today we are playing Summoner's War, as you can see on your screen right now. I'm Snis, welcome to the channel. How are you all doing? If I start sounding tired, it's because I'm ill and I actually can't breathe. So that's a good start for today. Actually, in fact, today is a very talky video with a little bit of an example going on. Today, if you've read the title, we're doing how to do farming. Now, a few people have asked me to do this in the last how to do, which was how to do runes, and that was about your basic rune sets. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link in the description if I remember, or go and have a look. I think it's like 6 or 7 videos back, so yeah, just go and have a look at that. Then that would be lovely. So today, what am I doing? Today, oh wait, I've just told you, it's how to do farming. Now, we're going to be discussing the reasons why to farm, how to farm, who you should make your farmer, and why it's a good idea. So, basically, there are 3 main aspects I think there are to farming. It's got to be done in a fast time, it's got to be reliable, and it's got to be done on their own. So basically, you can't farm with like two 6-stars. That's not how it works. Like farming, you pick one monster and it works, and it's got to be fast, and it's got to be able to win every single time. So usually, I use my good old buddy Sue here to farm me everything. Now, those 3 were the 3 main aspects. However, there are some things which mean farming becomes very easy. I will do a quick run of where I like to farm and why it's a good idea. And in the meantime, I shall talk my way through it. No, shut up. Play. That one. This one. There. So, as you can see, I've got some things in needing to be farmed. I shall put Sue. It'd be quite funny if Sue loses, wouldn't it? But yeah, she wins about 99% of the time. Now, people like to farm Famon because it gives you a lot of XP. However, I like to disagree with that, and I've never farmed Famon. I farmed it a little bit, but I just don't think it's a very good idea, purely on the fact it has to be fast. You've got to be doing it quickly, otherwise there's no point. If you're doing each run at like 5 minutes, then it's a really slow and ineffective farm, and you may as well find a lower place to farm, which is quicker to get your XP in quicker. Now, some key things that will help you with farming and help your monsters. Can they life drain? Like Sue's 3rd skill life drains. So that means when she gets low, okay, basically she'll probably show you now. Just think, yeah, look, okay. So she'll life drain up 3k and her health will be nearly full again. And that's only because she was attack broken. So, lovely. Now, just going to put you on the boss. Are we going to play now? Are we going to do things? We are going to do things. Lovely, thank you. Okay, stunning, that was a bit annoying. But what I'm going to try, there we go, delicate whip, full health, and nearly killed it. There we go. So that's a dead boss. And that is a successful farm. Fast, around about a minute. I can't really get her faster purely on the fact she's a single target. However, some key things. Now, let's go back to the world map, and I'm going to use my friend's a chamomile to help me with this one. SYDY, thank you. There we go. Now, some things that will help you. I said a life drain move is always perfect, because if you're only doing single target damage, you're going to want to eventually life drain because you just can't take that many shots. Or just get them on a vampire set like I have with my Soha, because she vampire runes all the time. Now, another thing that is very highly beneficial is the amount of, if they've got AoE moves. So, AoE, I think that's area of effect. Is that right? Can someone tell me in the comments if that's okay? But as you can see, look, this first is a chamomile is absolutely incredible. But yeah, I'm trying to get him to show off the double AoE moves, because then that clears away each layer and gets you straight to the boss stage of each one. Look at that, cleared already in 31 seconds. It was fast and effective. So, we've learnt already, farming. Got to be reliable. AoE moves help a ton. And life draining is always a good one. It's always a good. Another benefit is if they can one-shot the minion, if they can one-shot the levels. Like if you saw with my Sue level, they are going to need to be able to one-shot or two-shot. 1 or 2-shot each minion, or like each enemy, because then that's going to be faster and much more effective, and it's going to leave less chance for you to be dead. Because if you ended up taking like 3 or 4 shots on each like character, then you're not going to be very effective, and you're going to be more likely to fail each time. So, go away. Somebody's just sent me a message and I don't care, because we are recording and you come first. Yes, my lovely audience. So, right, what else was I going to say about farming? Because we've only been going for 5 minutes. I'm going to try and make this one a lot shorter than the other one. Okay, this bit's going to be for you younger levels. Who do you 6-star first? People like to 6-star. I see this a lot, and it's very weird. But Veramos, people 6-star their Veramoses first. No, you don't need to. I'm sorry, it's something that just doesn't need to happen. You don't need, unless your Veramos can farm, which I doubt it can, because it's your first 6-star, and it's going to be built for speed, because you need a speed rune on your Veramos, and most of you will put it on HP. I haven't. Mine's on HP attack speed. Is it on HP attack speed? HP attack speed. It is actually. So actually, it's not doing too badly for HP attack speed. But yeah. People 6-star their Veramos first. I disagree. I really don't think it's that necessary. If you've got my first 6-star about a year and a half ago, because that's when I made my first 6-star. I've been playing this game a bloody long time. Was Sue. Sue was my farmer. She had different rune sets at the time. She wasn't this powerful, and she had far more HP because I ruined her wrong. But that's not the point. The fact is, your first 6-star needs to be a farmer. People will disagree with that, and that really depends on your situation. I mean, if you get some kind of crazy 6-star to start your game, then yeah, no, a crazy like Nat 5 to start your game, then yeah, you're probably going to want to 6-star that first to be like, yeah, look what I've got, a cool 6-star. But yeah, I really think your first 6-star should be a farmer, because it will make building up your 6-stars faster. And it will also help with your getting runes, because it tends to be, your farmer tends to be quite a high damage monster. Like my farmer has 1800 extra attack, which is quite a lot. So yeah, you're going to need high damage. You also, that's if you're a single target, you're going to need high damage. You're going to need a little less if you're AoE, because then you're going to be working on other stats. But that's not the point. However, I said you're going to need AoEs. People like Tyron do not need, they're not farmers, okay? The difference between Tyron and his double AoEs and a Chamomere and his double AoEs are the fact that Tyron is built for speed, because Tyron's AoEs give effects. So, for example, his third skill, which is Hailstorm, that freezes everything. So it's not designed to kill; it's designed to freeze. And this will give a stun, and it will also. Oh, I've put him on stun, but it will also put a glancing on. So again, not designed to kill; it's designed to glance. That's why I'm also ruined him for despair. However, then you move over to this meaty character, who actually is better than I thought he was. That's actually not too bad. Needs a bit more crit rate, but apart from that, we're okay. Now, this man here is built for Fatal Blade, because it's the only runes actually owned. He is a farmer, because his second skill, which is just Super Crush, is just damage, and it's based on your HP. This is damage based on damage, so you know he's a farmer. That's the difference. AoE is based on damage, is a farmer. AoE is based on effects and stunning and stuff, not a farmer. Right, now that's all cleared up lovely. Obviously, a lot of your, if you're lucky enough to pack a Nat 5 before you've 6-starred, that is most likely going to be your farmer to start, unless it's a support one like the Water Oracle or something like that. But they're most likely going to be your farmer. Now, like I said earlier, the farmer is going to need to be your 6-star. Your first 6-star, it has to be. There is no. Someone can argue me in the comments, I dare you, but no, I firmly believe your farmer is your first 6-star, because it just improves the speed. Now, I said when you could get someone on Vampire. If you don't know what a Vampire rune looks like, it's these ones, and they give you a life drain of 35%. That means if you know your attack isn't going to be strong enough, then you have Vampire to back you up and keep you healed, just in case you do end up 2-shotting or 3-shotting each minion, which is what Soar does. She 2-shots. I think she 2-shots. But yeah, she's a backup farmer, but she's just not that fast at the moment. And she has got an AoE, which is nice, but it doesn't kill, so it's kind of irrelevant. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say. I think we could do a few more farming runs, and I've got a few more things to say, actually. I just really contradicted myself. I said I don't know what to say, but then I have more things to say. Okay, so, for example, if you're farming the Kabir runes, it's a wind monster, so preferably you're going to want fire. Now, where that seems fairly obvious, I'll just chuck Yan in for this. Yan's my fire farmer, because he has his AoE second and passive. Third and passive, sorry. But yeah, what I was going to say is do not rely on one monster to farm all levels. Now, that may sound fairly obvious. However, I do see some people farm like one level. So look at that. He's just absolutely savaged it. How much? Okay, yeah, actually, no. Yan's going to do that. And then, see what I mean? AoE is just clearing out these levels. And how much damage? 10k a piece. That's actually not too bad. That's fairly respectable, you know. And Flame Slash, Hayar. Yeah, so what I was going to say was don't rely on, bloody hell, don't rely on one singular farmer, because that's bad. It's just, obviously your first 6 star is going to need to farm everything, but so 6 star, the monster, you're comfortable with using to farm in a select level. So for example, if I had, for example, right now, no 6 stars, which is a lie, and I farmed this level a lot, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to 6 star my fire farmer first, because that means we can get these done faster and level these guys up quicker. Seems fairly obvious. However, some people don't see that, and I thought I'd just say it because it helps. That was another little thing. Also, oh yeah, here's a big tip. Those that, I mean, you. Oh, hello. I didn't mean to swipe that down. Also, another thing quickly, if you have monsters that are based on RNG, for example, those on violent runes, so for example, most of my 6 stars, like Veramos, or Perna. Perna's a bit of a, not an example, but you know what I mean. Or Ajir, he's a prime example of this. Ones that rely on their violent procs don't necessarily make them your 6 star, because sometimes they don't get lucky, don't proc at all, and it's just a bit rubbish, because mine's on violent counter attack, so if actually none of his procs happen, he may as well just not have any rune, like any like special runes on him at all. So make sure you have reliable rune sets like Fatal. Fatal's a reliable rune set for a farmer. Fact. Fatal Blade is always my my go-to. For example, Fatal Blade on my farmer. Yan's on Fatal Blade. He's also a farmer. Chamomile. Come here, boy. Fatal Blade. Farmer. See what I mean? Make sure you have reliable rune sets on your farmers. It makes sense. Don't do violent, because it won't work all the time. You won't necessarily get your procs, especially if you're just starting out and you rely on those procs to do well. That is one that is very, 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 very important. If you're relying on your procs, he's not your 6 star for you. You need to have reliability in your monster and security in the fact he's going to win everything. Apart from that, like, I can't really put her in because I know she'll get slammed by something. I'm dying. But yeah, that is about as far as farming goes. Let's do mini conclusion. Right, time for the mini conclusion. Fairly straightforward. There are 3 main aspects to your farming. It's reliability, speed, and the other one was something else. Watch to the start of the video. I forgot what I said. But basically, make sure they've got AoE damage, not AoE effect moves. Because if it's AoE effect, they're not your farmer. However, AoE damage, they will be a good farmer. Don't rely on one monster to farm all levels, because wind monsters will not farm fire dungeons. It's a fact. Unless, obviously, they're very good. Your first 6 star, for all you people starting out, if you are watching this and you're just starting out, hello. Make sure your first 6 star is a reliable farmer that you trust. Do not, unless, again, you have incredible runes on them, don't rely on ones that rely on RNG. So, for example, your violent monsters. Your monsters on violent counter attack, and your monsters just on violent and blade and stuff. Don't rely on that, because sometimes the RNG does not go your way, and you will end up losing just because they're not proccing and they're not doing as they're told. Make sure you have a reliable rune set. For example, the Fatal Blade, the most reliable in my mind, and it can't go wrong unless you just go for straight energy, but that's a bit boring and that's not very good for farming. Now, that is about as far as I need to go with this. If you have any questions or anything, chuck it in the comments. I will happily reply. If you think there's anything I've missed out in farming, please let me know. But yeah, a good farmer makes sure account or makes your monsters grow faster. It's as easy as that. Farming helps you grow like farmers grow their crops and shit like that. But yeah, a good farmer will always be will always help you be very, very fast. Speed is key to farming. Nobody wants to farm at 5 minutes a round. That's just BS. That's not farming. That's just wasting your time. Farming around, you want to around about a minute. That's going to be perfect, and anything below that is nailing it, and you've got yourself a top quality farmer. So obviously that helps you with AoEs and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you did enjoy today and this did help you out, please be sure to click like. Chuck in the comments if you've got questions, any merits, any problems. Let me know. I will reply fairly quickly unless I'm in bed or out somewhere. But yeah, I will reply to everything you send. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Yeah, let me know what you think. And I will catch you on the next video. Thank you and goodbye.